It's Ultimate Combat Radio, brought to you by Aztec Highway on 1280 and 97.5 The Zone.
Welcome back to Ultimate Combat Radio. Mike Stidham here talking some mixed martial arts in the studios of 1280 The Zone and 97.5 FM as well. This segment is brought to you by Aztec Highway. Get it your way at the highway, WDFA. Now, we've been talking a lot about this big showdown event going on down in Orem, and we're fortunate enough to have Jerome Hatch, who's going to be in that show, joining us on the program. Jerome, how are you doing, my man?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Gosh, I was really disappointed. We were trying to get you in studio here because I love seeing your beautiful face and then your beautiful wife and all that stuff, and now I just crushed. Now we're just got to talk to you over the phone.
I know, man. I was trying to make it up there, but I got family responsibilities. I had to get my damn kids to a babysitter in order to even make it up here to the fights, in general. So
I got you. So now, how is that going? You've got a new one here, right? A new baby?
Yeah, 4 months old, man. He's a 10-year anniversary for the September 11th. So.
Oh, wow. That's cool, man. That's very neat.
Yeah.
How is that affecting your fight training? Because I remember, Jerome, you used to kind of do this as a hobby, and then maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, you decided, hey, nope, I'm quitting my job. I'm going to do this thing for real. And how does having a baby affect all of that?
It's, I had 2 kids before that, so it just, added another little mouth to feed. But, it's been good. I went back to work for a little bit after this last showdown, just, to keep a little bit of food on the table for the family. Because, Nikki's a stay-at-home mom, great mom. So, I got to keep her raising the babies right.
You got it, my man. Great mom, great wife, too. So now I'm looking at the Showdown's website, and they say you're fighting some guy named TBD.
Yeah, his name, I just found out half hour ago, man. It's set in stone. It's Charlie Blanchard from Tough 11.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you find a guy that was on the Tough Show. Now, speaking of which, are you able to talk about your visit or tryout to the Tough Show?
Hey, yeah. They, they cut me, so it was just an experience for me. They went through and looked, at the paperwork that I filled out, and they were looking down. They asked what weights I fought at, and I fought at heavyweight and light heavyweight,
yeah.
and middleweight, but not 170. And they asked me, they said, "Well, can you make weight?" I said, "I'm sure I could. No problem for the show." And hopped on the scale, and I weighed 195. I was like, hell. Let's I'll make it by the time, But I just went out there and just, had fun, man. It was a great experience for me, get my face in front of them. So.
Did you explain to them that you've beaten 2 guys that they've already invited on to the show?
Yeah. Yep. And, I'm not, me, I take it with a grain of salt. That's a fast track to the UFC. And I told them, hey, I'll take the dirt road. It's fine with me. Either way, you'll see me there. So
do you feel like maybe this was a good experience? You've been down there before. You kind of know what to expect next time, and you're going to go back and do it again?
You know what, man? I would love to go back and do it again, but it really set it into perspective for me, going and watching it live. And UFC is a huge name, and, it's a huge for MMA. But, it's just like any other ordinary MMA, just very well put together, and, obviously really, the name's really known.
Was it a little bigger than you thought? Was it a little overwhelming then, going down there and seeing kind of how they run things? And was that not quite what you expected?
It wasn't quite what I expected. I was expecting, it's a big show, and I'm not saying anything bad on that. It's just, it's huge, but the TV made it really intimidating for me. So when people that I thought, like Brandon Melendez and Casey Scola and, the people who have been there, I was a little intimidated,
Yeah.
Going into those fights, being that they were there and, things like that. But that really put it into perspective. And I was watching like, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Jerome Hatch joining us on the program. Jerome's fighting in the upcoming Showdown event. What's the date on that, Jerome?
February 24th.
And once again, who's it you're fighting?
Charlie Blanchard.
And how did Charlie Blanchard do on the Tough Show?
He lost, I think, second round or Jaeger.
Okay, all right. Well, so now this will be the 3rd guy you fought from the show, and I'm predicting the 3rd guy you're going to beat. I was just down at an event in your backyard down there at the UCCU, whatever they call it now, last weekend. It was a welterweight tournament. Why didn't you compete in that?
I was because I wasn't going to go down to 170 unless I made the show.
I got you.
Because it was a really hard cut for me to even get to 180 when I fought Jake Paul.
Well, we were just talking before we went on the air today, Brandon, Kiser, and I, and I think you'd have won that rather handily.
No, I should have won that. And like they said, it's anybody has their days, man.
Yeah. Well, and I know that the WCFC guys really wanted you on that show. I mean, they were real. They thought it would be good to have you there. First of all, you're a local guy, but you're a local guy that's beaten some of those guys, so it would have made it a little more interesting. They really wanted to get you on there, so it was just a weight cut issue then.
Yeah, it was. It was a weight cut issue, and thankfully I didn't, because I ended up having to bury my great-grandmother that night, so I wasn't able to make it out to the show.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so, and she's been a big part, so it would have been sad if I wouldn't have been able to compete in it anyway.
Yeah,
that.
My condolences, my man. I know you're a big family guy, so I hate to hear that kind of stuff.
Well, thanks, man.
So now, Jerome, what do you know about the rest of the card, and what else is going on with the big Showdown show?
The other card, I know we have a few guys out of our gym that'll be on the card, and I think they'll do very well.
And who do you think is Berkman training with you guys, right?
Yeah, he's down there. Off and on, he's going somewhere else. I'm not sure also, but yeah, he's there quite a bit lately, more so. I think it'll be a good show, man. Very well, evenly matched. I think Kofi has a lot to prove, and Kofi, I love Kofi, man. He's a good dude. He's got a lot to handle this time. Berkman's no joke. He's no slouch, and
No, I think it's a real interesting fight. I saw that, and I'm pretty. I don't get too excited about too many fights, but when I saw that one, I was like, wow, that's worth the drive down to Orem, and I don't go to Orem for a whole lot.
Yeah.
So anybody else on the card? Any other pivotal matchups that you think are of interest? I think that Jordan Clements and Dave Castillo might be a good match.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they're both pretty good fighters, man, and they both handle their own. I think it'll be an interesting matchup. Interesting match for those two, because the records and everything's there, and I'm sure it's been one that's been talked about for a while, and now it's finally there at the Showdown for everybody to watch. I think it's awesome that Trevor Mellon's back at it. He's been out for a little while due to injuries, but he's back and he's looking good. So.
And he's training with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Well, good stuff, Jerome. I look forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight. We're going to go watch Joe fight as well, so I look forward to seeing you at the big fights tonight.
Yeah, and Jerome, this is Dr. Tim real quick.
You're right. You want that?
Oh, this is Dr. Tim. I just want to say good victory on your last fight, man. I was sitting there at the table with your opponent's girlfriend and whole crowd, and my wife and I jumped up and got a little crazy when you choked him out, and I almost had to get in a fist fight myself in behalf of you. So, I was definitely Team Jerome that night, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing for being able to take a punch and recover and doing it. He caught me pretty good, man. It wasn't anything more than he just caught me right square on the eye, to where I had to close the one eye in order to even keep my bearings going.
Well, Jerome, nobody takes a punch and recovers better than you.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, man.
All right, my man. Well, once again, I look forward to seeing you tonight, and then best of luck in your training camp and your upcoming fight.
Okay, thanks. Also, I wanted to throw out, if anybody needs tickets, man, to the Showdown fight, hit me up, via Facebook or, and anything like that, even my website, JeromeHatch.com. And, yeah, get a hold of me for tickets, man. There's no extra fees or anything that way. So.
And fighters make a piece of that, right, when they buy them through the fighter?
Yeah, they do. Plus, the fighters, they get the free full tickets, so I got better seats than what you'd get at the
Good. Okay.
Six or whatever.
Well, there you go. So it makes just perfect sense. Get your tickets from Jerome Hatch.
Yes.
Yeah, and also I can take cards and send them out to you. Like I can take credit card over the phone and just put them in the mail. So
man, you're getting up there with the getting up there, my man.
Hey, I'm trying, brother.
Hey, Jerome, you got any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man. Big O, Jake's Brookside, Striker Battle Gear, the Ribbon. I think you guys are going to be, we're coming out with the new shirts, so And we're getting some more stuff together this time and really locking in some good sponsors. So
there you go.
And also, Gandolfos, man. Can't forget them.
You always forget one person and get them out at the end there, man.
I know, man. And then, the gym, the pit elevated. So.
Of course. All right, Jerome, thanks again, my man.
No, thank you, guys.
All right, good stuff, man. Now, look, we've had Jerome on the show several times, and sometimes you think, oh, we've had him on before. I would have him on every week if we could. That kid is a great interview, and he's a great kid. He's a great representation of the sport.
Definitely. He's definitely a good representation. That's what we need out there.
No, absolutely. So I really want to get to the poll question at some point tonight. So once again, it's do you think that the sport of MMA needs to be regulated by a government entity? And I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. And Robertina, once again, break it down. How do they get a hold of us?
Call us at 470-570 or 670-1280. Text us at 53318. Text in zone and your answer, or facebook.com/Ultimate Combat Radio.
Awesome. All right, my main man, Dr. Tim Goodwin, talking some enzymes when we come back.